What's up guys, Coach Mike here. Just want to give you a little bit more detail on what to expect on our lower and upper body focus days. So first things first, we're going to be running what's called a Wendler cycle. The Wendler cycle is a great beginner to intermediate strength program. It's something that I've had great success at my gym as well as with younger athletes. On our lower body days, we're going to be focused on back squat. On our upper body days, we're going to be focused on bench press. You'll notice in your Excel sheet, the days are kind of structured like this, where you'll have your main lift, you'll have your sets, and then we'll have your reps and percentages underneath. These percentages are based off of your 1 rep max. I understand that everyone may not know that off the top of their head. That's fine. I'll tell you how to figure that out in a second. So, in our Wendler cycle, these first 2 sets, yes, we're going to be getting under some weight. Yes, we need to be focused. But these first 2 sets are almost an extension of the warm-up. Really the hallmark of the Wendler program is this 3rd set. This is our money set right here. So on set 3, you're gonna notice in your program, it's gonna say 5+ reps, the next week 3+ reps, the next week 1+ reps. What I mean by that is, you're gonna do as many reps as possible at that given weight till failure. Now what does failure mean? Failure doesn't necessarily mean until I'm no longer able to press the weight off my chest or stand the weight up out of a back squat. Failure could also mean if I lose technique. If now I'm not hitting depth on my back squat or my chest is rounding forward as I'm standing it up, that would be the end of the set. We're not going to continue to do reps in a compromised position. Another failure would be if I'm no longer able to maintain the cadence of my reps. So if I'm doing bench press and I go down and up, I take a deep breath, down and up, take a deep breath. And then towards the end of my set, I'm going down and up, and then I have to rest 20 seconds before I can do my next rep. That would be the end of the set. Now, you don't have to worry too much about it if you go too light, too heavy. If you watched our previous video, in our welcome video, you'll know that the cycles kind of repeat every 3 weeks. So you're gonna come across this exact same workout in 3 weeks. Hopefully we're logging our scores, hopefully we're writing some notes for ourselves, so if I went too heavy or too light, I can make those adjustments, right? Maybe if I went too light, I'm adding 10 pounds to every weight that I did in the previous block. If I went too heavy, maybe I'm just adding 5 pounds, or maybe even I'm keeping it the same weight, all right? Now, let's say I'm not sure what my 1 rep max is. We're gonna use something called the rate of perceived exertion, or RPE. Now, this isn't the most exact science here, okay? But if I have 65%, I'm gonna say, hey, I wanna do a weight that feels like a 6.5 out of 10 on the effort scale. So 6.5, 7.5, and then my final set at that 8.5 out of 10. That should still feel like a heavy, heavy weight, but it shouldn't be something like earth-shattering. Like I said, not the most exact science, but just to give you a little bit of a framework on what you can kind of expect there. Again, we'll be repeating it in the next block, so you can always make those adjustments if it's too heavy or too light. Finally, on each day, we're gonna have some accessory movements. Accessory movements are basically just complementary movements to our main lifts. So if I'm doing bench press, maybe I'm also doing tricep extensions to really work on the lockout of that bench press. Maybe I'm doing bent over rows to work the opposite muscle group so that I'm creating some symmetry across my upper body. We're trying to create a system, a program that's going to be well-rounded and get you stronger, faster, and just more explosive. Thanks a lot.